Hello, today for review I've got Hidizs S9, their new mini portable digital to analog converter, quite popular device nowadays. I don't mean S9 in particular, but it will get popularity too, I'm pretty sure here. I mean all the dongles and tiny digital to analog converters that we've seen this year. Probably 2019 was the year of true wireless models, and in 2020 we've got tons of digital to analog converters and so on. So, not so long ago I already reviewed Hidizs S8. It's a small, nice digital to analog converter, pretty convenient in general, but Hidizs decided to update it and release S9 really soon because I don't know actually why. Probably they decided to offer better sound, and spoilers, they did succeed. The price is $110 retail price, but currently at Hi-Fi Go, where I got this digital to analog converter, it's sold for $95. I'm not sure, is it some temporary discount or more constant? Will it be active when I release this video or not? So just consider that it's $110, maybe sometimes a bit less. And let's have a closer look. So package is small, black cardboard, traditional for Hidizs, with foil printing, looks pretty attractive. And on the back side, as usual, they've printed all technical specifications. What's interesting here, they used AK4493 digital to analog converter. This one is built using Cirrus Logic, so in general it's an upgrade in terms of digital to analog conversion, at least in general scale. If I remember right, 4493 used by FIO M11 and probably by Shanling M6, but actually I could be wrong. Maybe they use 4495, don't remember exact digital to analog converters. It supports DSD 512, 768 kHz 32 bits, so basically maximum resolutions, and 11 grams of weight, so just good figures. And let's proceed with unpacking. So inside you will get device itself, of course. That's something that you can expect. As you can see, I already removed this sticker a few times. So here it is. And also warranty card and a bunch of accessories. So what we've got here: short USB-C to USB-C cable, USB-A to USB-C adapter if you want to connect it to your PC or desktop computer or laptop, and a bit longer USB-C to USB-C cable. And also you will get the short clip. Actually I can't think of any use for that clip, in what scenario you want to clip it, but maybe you can put your transport to the pocket and then use this cable to connect it to this digital to analog converter clipped somewhere on the short, or I don't know. Anyway, you know, extra accessories is always a nice thing to have. If you don't need it, you can just not use it. It's fairly simple, so let's try to connect it. Anyway, in terms of build quality, it's small, nice, stylish. It's made of aluminum with glass on the front and on the back panel. It's also small, a bit bigger than S8, and they ditched these volume buttons, but I don't think it's a big loss because they've added probably more valuable thing here. They've added balanced out with more power in case someone need additional power from a small device. Of course, higher power means higher battery consumption, So let's connect it. What's new in this version? And as usual, probably I connected in wrong direction. Yep, so this part with the logo should be at the device. And also I put it in the case at the wrong side. As you can see, there is a LED indicator. Let's fix this part. Of course, I don't want to break it. I need to film also Russian version of this review. So let's move it back so it clips this way. Nice multicolor LED indicator. So yeah, I love the access. And it changes colors depending on the signal resolution. Looks pretty attractive to my taste. And small, usable device, nicely doing its job. Of course, it consumes the battery of your host. I did some comparisons. Actually, it increases the battery consumption when you listen to music by about 60 to 65%. I did tests using some Samsung, I don't remember exact version, S9 or S10, some test device. So it's about 65% of increase of battery consumption, but it delivers noticeable amount of power, so that's why it's probably worth this sacrifice. Besides that, small, nice looking. Actually, it's getting a bit warm when it's playing, but for me it's never been an issue, but some people pay attention and actually think that it's a drawback of the digital to analog converter. I don't know why, but anyway. Of course, it would be nice if they've added some USB on the go cable for the iOS device, but they didn't do that, unfortunately. But anyway, there are few adapters that can be used here. So anyway, in terms of design, build quality, accessory set, packaging, it's pretty nicely looking device. And of course, about the sound, I will use improvised setup I've created previously, so FIO M15 as a transport, Hidizs S9 itself as a digital to analog converter, and as an example, earphones. Today I will use unusual model that I got recently as a loan. So it's Campfire Audio Solstice. It's a kind of custom version Andromeda, so they offer it as custom in-ear monitors, but I got a universal version, and still it has some noticeable difference with Andromeda, but now it's interesting for us as an example of sensitive and low impedance model, because it's a pretty powerful device, relatively powerful of course. It delivers up to 90 milliwatts from single-ended output and 125 from the balanced out. And it's pretty high figures, well, not super high, but on the higher side, and I was afraid that it could be noisy. But fortunately, background noise level is pretty low. It's not absolutely black background, but noise is on the really low level, so it's good performance with sensitive in-ear monitors. With something not super sensitive, it would be even better. You will get nice black background. And in terms of sound, it's noticeable step forward from the S8. Basically, Hidizs decided to probably remove the S8 from market because this one delivers more balanced and more natural sound, while S8 was focused on the micro contrast. Here they reduced this micro contrast focus and added more weight and made sound more natural. It's still not the digital to analog converter with added weight, it's somewhere on the natural side of things, but sounding more natural. And it's pretty close in terms of sound to actually Hidizs AP80 Pro. I'm not sure did they use some similar elements inside, but in terms of sound they have some similarity, but AP80 Pro is also a bit more focused on the micro detalization, so this one sounding even a bit more natural, and actually I'd say that it's a bit more mature. So if you want good sound for less price, it's a nice option. Anyway, it's natural, without accents anywhere, without attempts to add more weight or to highlight something or to hide, so it's still digital tonal converter for those who are looking for a natural sound, but not as clinical and as monitoring as it was with S8, so step forward. Probably let's go step by step. So bass nice, linear, with good depth, good impact. Improved power means better control, pretty nice texturing, but of course everything depends on the headphones and on the load that you will use with it. And digital tonal converter itself, natural, nothing changing in terms of sound, so basically you will get what is present in records. Comparing with some high-end dubs, of course it's lacking a bit of overtone saturation, a bit of small nuances, but still nice level of performance. As an example, I got this track, I mentioned it before a few times. Actually, is it the maximum brightness? No. So here is maximum brightness. It's Roger Waters' 3 Wishes, and in the parts where this genie voice added in this track, they have some low going spatial effect with a kind of wind blow, or I don't know what is it in general, but it's going pretty deep and resonating nicely deeply in the low frequencies area, and this digital tonal converter delivers it pretty confidently. Mids are also balancing between the micro and macro detalization, keeping somewhere in between. They are airy, they are light without adding weight, but at the same time not too thin and not too monitoring. So when record is recorded and mastered properly, when track is recorded well, it will deliver enough of weight, enough of body and vocal and so on. So basically it's a good digital tonal converter to give you the track as it is. And the imaginary stage is slightly above average both in width and in depth, maybe even more than slightly average above average, so not the most huge one, not the average, so somewhere in between the huge and the average, and with good 3-dimensional layering. And as an example for the mid frequencies, I've got Alan Parsons' project Freudiana, and it's track with interesting introduction, with some additional effects at the beginning, some birds and other tune, and it's saturated with a lot of tiny things that Alan Parsons added here, and it plays nicely with this digital tonal converter. And treble has really good extension, also natural. So if you don't like treble, keep in mind that you need some earphones with reduced high frequencies, because it's not trying to hide or to make them softer. But if you are a fan of treble, or if you're okay when treble is as is, it will be satisfy you in terms of treble performance. Of course, it's lacking rich layering, it's lacking also overtone saturation, but for $100 device, it plays pretty nicely. And example here is Doors, Light My Fire, and this track has pretty quiet percussion, and it requires a good treble performance in order not to get lost somewhere in the background, and percussion is definitely present here. So to summarize the sound part: natural, airy, resolving, but not too focused on the micro contrast in order not to sound too monitoring. And in terms of power, as I've said before, it's good even with sensitive in-ear monitors, and it will drive nicely even some slightly above average models in terms of tightness and in terms of impedance. So probably from the balanced output up to 100 ohms and up to 100 decibels of sensitivity will be an okay load for them. Of course, these numbers are just average because all headphones should be considered in particular, but it can drive even sensitive planars without big problems, and it can drive vast majority of dynamic driver headphones, beside of high impedance ones. And speaking about the compression, so as I've said, it's more natural and actually better sounding than S8. Also recently I reviewed pretty similarly priced X-Duo Link 2, and it's basically simple. If you need more extended treble, you can get Hidizs S9. If you need a bit more weight and a bit more impactful representation, then X-Duo Link is your choice. What else we've got in this price range? A lot of digital tonal converters, like, and I don't know what we've got. Let me think. E1DA, what that I reviewed, third revision. It's more focused on the micro contrast. It's more powerful, but at the same time more monitoring, more natural, and more for those who like maximum detalization. I don't know, FIO BTR5 in the wired mode, it's also a bit more natural and a bit more lightweight, a bit more airy. I don't know, Kozoi Tact C, Tact C with USB-C. It's more energetic and more highlighting emotions and so on. Of course, one of the closest rivals will be iBasso DC03, but unfortunately I still don't have it, so I can't still compare. But actually Hidizs definitely released a nice small digital tonal converter that will be a good addition for those who want good sound from their smartphone, or who want to improve sound of some inexpensive dub that can be used as a transport here. So it was Hidizs S9. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a nice day.